crashed the stream. Hopefully that was shown on the stream, because that was probably the weirdest thing ever. I mean, our health bars turned into what happens when you win a game of solitaire on the PC. No, seriously, it actually did that. But any Fortnite player would be like, oh yeah, you... Alright, what I was getting to was, any Fortnite player that would say, or the type of person that would say, hey, get good at Fortnite in my chat, in my stream chat, if I even turn that on, which I don't, because I mean, this ain't Twitch, so it wouldn't be that useful for me. So obviously, I don't really like the idea of Twitch. Like, I don't watch Twitch, I don't like the idea of Twitch, because YouTube obviously being the bigger platform, plus Twitch is just ruled by Fortnite. I think For Honor would be in the bottom of the barrel. Here's the thing though, is any Fortnite player that would say, get good at Fortnite in my stream, basically would say, we still need to pay money to get the cool outfits for your character. Now if you're talking actual gear, no. And also, a lot of the times those good outfits can be replaced with your own personal outfits. It's that you make with the actual, like, customization that is in the game. Like, hello, do you not see that you get character customization as an option in this game or something? And I did not lose to a bot. That was because my game crashed, and then, well, it didn't crash. It broke? I want to say broke. I don't know. Half crashed. But the game was still going. It broke to some extent. Right? Which, doing such, obviously kicked me out of the game, but it automatically registered as I lost. And I was thinking, okay, even within that timestamp, there's no way I could have lost. But you can earn the outfits, you can earn gear, but anybody that might say, but it's still pay to win if you can pay real money for gear. Well, think about this. The gear stats aren't that effective if you don't have the skill to back it up, obviously. See? So it would still require skill, and everybody would be saying, yeah, but you still need some skill with pay to win stuff too. But this gear, but you don't need to pay the money. You can still get it fairly easily. So it's not like you have to pay or grind extensively. And you can't buy, at least you don't have to with real money, levels. I don't think you can buy levels. Hold on. I'll check this next bit. Because I'm pretty sure if you are able to buy XP packets, but like those don't get you that much XP. And yeah, you can buy champion stats, but that's like a small boost in XP. Alright, get XP boost. Oh, so you can use salvage, which you get for dismantling stuff. I actually like that idea, because that's way easier now. And that's a lot of weight off my shoulders for thinking, because I used all my free packs, a lot of them on the Warden, because I want to get him, same place my Raider is. But those don't even cost steel, so you can't even pay money for it. And obviously, I know why Ubisoft did that, is because then it would be pay to win, because you could pay to get the actual good gear in the game. And a lot of people could say, well, you get salvage from getting gear, but you get tons of it. So buying money would just get you, I think, max. Like, if there's a limit, then you would definitely breach the limit. I assure you. So it's not even worth it. Like, any, like, way you could say that this game is pay to win is instantly debunked. And obviously, for Fortnite, mainly because no practice. Now, this will be going from why I think, do you think For Honor is pay to win? It's not, though. Oh, and, yeah. This will go into a Fortnite rant, but here's the thing. Before you say, oh, you just suck at the game, that's why you don't like it. Well, yeah, you're gonna suck at a game before you actually get a chance to play it and practice it. And I mean, I know in Call of Duty you have to practice that. But here's the thing, in Fortnite you don't really get a chance to actually practice doing anything unless it's against pros. I mean, And it's not like in Call of Duty you have to practice, like, yes, you might have to practice using a certain weapon, but it's not like you die, you go back to a waiting screen, and you have to load into another match, and you can't practice with, like AI with different tiers of difficulty, or you can't, like, this is just one of the reasons I think For Honor is better than Fortnite. So, think about this. You wanna, like, a lot of people would say, oh, well, at least it doesn't take hours to play one character in Fortnite. Hey, where's the thing? And it doesn't. It could take you 5 minutes to learn the basic moveset, and if you know how to feint or probably a basic knowledge of when to feint an attack, like for any character, then guess what? You pretty much have mastered how to play every character. You just need a little bit of time to practice, the character's basic moveset. Like the Shinobi, learn how to do his freaking combos that are pretty awesome, and then you pretty much know how to play the character, and just finding your own strategy can take very, very little time. Like, there's no real actual difficulty to learning a character in this game. Now, obviously, mastering them, that's a different story. But it's not like, oh, just to be good at the game, you need to pretty much spend hours on one character just to know how to play them in general. No. That's completely different, and that is Fortnite. Like, they expect you to be good at it with no practice at all. Now, a lot of people say, but what about Save the World? Could that count as practice? No, honey, no. Because, do those freaking zombies build? No. Do you have even remotely the same weapons as the Battle Royale mode? Definitely not. I think the only thing you'd have in similarity is like a pistol or maybe a hand cannon. That's pretty much where that limitation goes. It was so tempting for me to ledge this guy, but I don't really feel like it. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Dang it, you're lucky I could not do the kick. But, here's what I was talking about with the Shinobi's moveset. See? You could do that, a light attack, or a freaking kick, and then do another, like, thrown out heavy. I think this character is amazing. And it's a shame that so little people play him. But again, like, this is just for anybody that might see these videos and just think, why does this guy hate Fortnite so much? Well, not only is, like, okay, I've seen this once before in, like, some guy's video of why PUBG players hate Fortnite, and one of the reasons was because, obviously, the build function. Now, I hate this as well because here's the thing, is this guy said it adds more to the gunfight. No, it doesn't. It basically says it's a big old F you to the better shooter, but a big old you win to the better builder. Like, if you miss like 80% of your shots, but you are better at building, and the guy misses almost 0% of his shots, yet he does not build worth crap, then you're gonna win if you're better at building. As in any other game, if you're missing 80% of your shots, you pretty much know you're doomed. That's exactly why I don't like Fortnite. Because of that one reason, is that you're only better at the game if you freaking use yourself of the building. And I know it's in the game, and I know it does make it a bit easier for the game to render if it has all the, like, no actual cover just scattered around the map or something. That's reasonable. But what's not reasonable, well, is that building is what makes you better at the game. And And if you are one of those people that say it extends the gunfight, no, because you don't even need to be that good at shooting. Alright, and that's like one of those things where if a Fortnite player went into H1Z1 and thought they would be pretty much the bomb, like if they were John Wick or something, and they went into a Fortnite match, they would get screwed. You wanna know why? Because most of that is shooting. So basically, you would just be asking to die the first second you get into it if you missed most of your shots, but obviously, you know, you're a John Wick in Fortnite. And honestly, I feel bad for whatever actor ever played John Wick. Like, not for John Wick himself, because obviously, you would feel bad for him either way. I mean, I feel bad for every actor that ever played as John Wick. For the guy that makes the movies of John Wick, basically anybody that had some tangent of playing the character in a movie, writing a book about the character, if that even happened. I don't think so, though. Oh, that probably did happen at one point, but I feel bad for anybody that made money or has any correlation or popularity due to playing or being involved in making a John Wick movie. Because then, for generations, it's just going to be known as that Fortnite skin. And also, I really hope Fortnite gets their Raven skin taken out. Like, I hope they take it out for good and that it just gets deleted from the game's code in general. A lot of people would say no, but here's the thing, I'm surprised it's actually not, like, you know, like, it's an icon on PlayStation now, and it makes me so mad. And not because I hate the skin, or because I hate Fortnite, but because it copies two things. If you're a fan of Overwatch, Reaper's Nevermore skin is one good example. It's basically that without the mask. And if you're a fan of Destiny 1 or 2, it'll remind you of Xur. But if you play Destiny 2 more than Destiny 1, it'll be without the weird tentacles coming out of the mouth. So pretty much, they just copied both of those. It's very uncreative too. Plus, as the Raven skin is a nice little or Reaper's Nevermore skin is a nice little cultural nod to Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, that was a block or a parry. This is this is just one problem with the game, is like sometimes you throw up a block but it doesn't register it. That's like some only problem with the game, and that could just be because of like bad connection, like on your end, because there's no more peer-to-peer. Everybody probably heard about like peer-to-peer when that was still a thing for this game, but they've got dedicated service now. And I don't even think I had a problem with the peer-to-peer when it was still there. I don't even think I noticed, honestly. But yeah. By the way, I got into the game end of season 4. So if I did miss the peer-to-peer, then yeah, that would be a kind of why. But still, though, you get what I'm saying. But honestly, there's only one reason I hate Fortnite. First of all, to get anything in the game, any currency in the game, before you say, what about the free battle pass tier? That doesn't get you crap, and you have to play the game 24/7. Then, by the way, and if you want something right away, you can't get it, and all this other crap. I did not mean to do that. I did actually want to kill that person honorably, but I didn't get to, so don't blame me for being dishonorable. But honestly, I would prefer to play dishonorably sometimes. That's why Warlord exists, honestly. And before you say, but what if you play Warlord honorably? Yeah, most likely before you reached like Rep 9 with the character, you were dishonorable. Don't even question it. There's only one thing that I find is good about Fortnite, is probably how the skins look. And don't get me wrong, and don't think that I would actually spend money on that. Because, first of all, I don't like the game enough to use the Battle Pass, even though it's got a lot of cool skins in it. And they're completely sealed and locked behind that. So, what I think is, make those skins purchasable for the people that don't put in enough time into Fortnite to actually get all the Battle Pass tiers. Like, think about how little you see a Dark Knight skin or a John Wick skin nowadays is because they were exclusive. I know you also don't see a Raven skin anywhere, but why did I get two Orochis? Hey, sit down. Time to spin the bottle. Boop, and yep. Yeah, you just lost in general. Why is his sword that big of all things? It's like, compare the size to the pole axe that the Lawbringer has. That thing is probably just about the same size. Wait, whoa, hold on, wait, what was the mix-up? I forgot his mix-up. It's been that long since I've done his mix-up. Move said. Hold on, it is, I think it's, yeah, Celtic Curse. Where's Celtic Curse's thing? Where's the other Celtic? Alright. Celtic Curse. What you can do is you can, like do a okay, there we go. You can actually do a lot of things when you go into doing that, but dang it. I messed it up because I think, yeah. It's not said. I kept trying to do the spin maneuver, which I only did once. Don't care. The CMF thing, so. I don't know if you can see my notifications. I didn't know at all. Honestly, I thought when people join parties, I thought that would be like, oh, this guy joined a party. Well, yeah. What they need to do is make it so if you're like watching something, you get party invites or game invites or something. But nope, they make it so you only get battery percentage running low. And exactly why I don't like how PlayStation uses a charger. Like, I get, you know, it's a lot of money for batteries for Xbox players, but still, it's better than either A, having to keep a controller plugged in 24/7, or well, both ways, really. Which is exactly why I don't like how the charger is, because I think I'm on like my 4th or 5th charger with this thing. Because it breaks when I set it down. Because of how the controller is designed, it tilts down. So it presses down on the end while it's charging. Like, you designed these controllers terribly, Sony, because of that. I mean, that's just unforgivably bad design. That's another thing in the game, is things where it's like, if you do something, like an unblockable or something, somebody dodges out of the way, they get a free hit on you. That should not be the case ever. A lot of people say, well, it should be like punishment thing. No. Like, if it's something where it's like the Shigoki failing to hit his, whatchamacallit, his freaking, his back break. If you miss that, then you pretty much lose way too much health, and by the time you'd be using it is when you're low on health anyway, which is why I think they shouldn't have it to where you lose health if you miss it. Because it's just like so easy to see coming, so easy to dodge. So I just think to myself, why developers? Why did you make it that, like, just that stupid? Alright, I won't end this video. I will keep ranting on about Fortnite and how I think it's, like, what they should do with it. Now, I would love this game. I wanted to love this game when I first saw it. But here's the thing. I don't really like it. Because, alright, here's the thing. Now, yeah, it can be kind of because I suck, but I don't like games where I have to constantly get into matches, get my ass handed to me, just before I can say I'm good at this game. Like, in the general sense of good, not like I destroy everybody, I've got like 25 or higher win count. Like, I can play this game well, and I have gotten a win. Like, you can't say that unless you freaking, get, like, I don't know, many, like, probably about a day's worth of hours into the game before you even can say you made any progress with skill. I mean, that's when a game is just no, get out of my face. Which is exactly Fortnite. I was about to say For Honor, but the thing is I can understand it if most people would say, oh no, Fortnite is good. I'm not saying it's a bad game, I'm just saying there's a lot they could do to make the game better. They just don't do that. And I mean, it's just like bunch of items, nerfed items, new changes to the map, seasons. And I bet a lot of people would be like, well, at least we're on season 5 and you guys might be on season 6, but at least ours comes sooner. Well, that's because do your developers spend 6 months making a character with a moveset? I mean, 4 characters is a big thing, because all of those took one development team each 6 months to make. Half a year. Now, obviously, they're a big enough company, Ubisoft, to make like multiple characters at a time. Otherwise, you would get like Centurion and Shinobi within the first year of this game. And also, Fortnite was in development since 2011, I'm pretty sure. Then it came into a beta, like, I don't know, before anybody even knew about what the game even was. Because, like, that's when, like, weapons just being shown with their, like, model in your inventory wasn't existent. Like, you just saw only an icon of an auto rifle, a pistol. Like, you only saw that. That's when, and I just think to myself, For Honor only took 5 years to make. Alright, so basically, they had a base of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters. Everything that isn't like the 6 at the bottom, you know, the Romans, and that one Scottish man, the ninja, the frickin' Ronin. I know he says Ramusha, but it's Ronin. I mean, that's what a fallen samurai really is. We all know that. So, yeah. But I think you get where I'm going with this. Is if For Honor, a game with this level of detail on the character's armor, like, look at the level of detail. Okay, better idea. Okay, this is just one armor set. Look at the level of detail. Look at that level of detail for one armor set and the animations. Pretty sure most of the movement animations were done with real people moving. At least that's what I've heard, or I think it was this game. I don't know. Might be this game, might be a completely different game. I don't know. But if it is this game, think about that for a second. But this, again, with this level of detail with most of its gear, more gear with just as much level of detail, well, and like with this, look at how long this bar of shaders is, showing every combination of paint pattern, symbol, like, have all these crazy combinations with all these shaders. There's took 5 years to make. 5 years. Yet your precious little Fortnite took, well, if I get this correct, I don't know, but it was in development since 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, what I'm saying is a game with this level of detail taking 5 years, impressive, honestly. Now, that's not nearly with the content it has now. But think about this: the campaign was in the game, and I think they were working on that probably before anything else. So when you think about that and the level of detail, I'm just gonna ask you, like, and this game looked way more into detail. Well, had way more animation, had like it was completely different when it was like first shown as like a beta that people could play, but it was like one of those exclusives and all that stuff. I mean, if anybody were to ask me, is this game worth, what is it, like $60? 40, 50, I don't know, however many freaking bucks this game is, I would say yes. A lot of people would probably say no, it's not worth it, blah blah blah. Or a few people would probably just say no because they heard that it has peer-to-peer connection. Or that's what it had. But this game is worth it. Honestly, if you ask me, this is a pretty good game. It's pretty much worth all the money that you can throw at it. And playing and beating, or not beating, but playing and mastering your character is also very easy, especially now. Before, it wasn't that easy. Now, don't get me wrong, it was still fun, it was still easy. But honestly, like, now that's just that much easier. A lot more people are liking the game now because of that ease to it. Like, what would you rather have, easy or very difficult? Honestly, you can't say, hey, that you would prefer it being very difficult just to play one character. I mean, that's reasonable for Mortal Kombat or something, but this game is way different. Honestly, though, like, I'm just gonna... Alright. As I said before, I don't think I actually said anything about it yet, but I'll say a few things I think should be in Fortnite. Obviously, I think they should add a practice mode, a way to, like, I don't know, maybe an AI-related freaking, I don't know, thinking about it. Hold on, let me just think for a second. A way to, like, an AI, a battle royale type thing. Like, you can fight the AI in this battle royale mode, and basically, that's it. You just fight the AI in the battle royale mode. I mean, a lot of people, this is not an unboxing, I'm just doing this because I want, like, some of the different looking bits of heroic gear. There's a freaking skeleton axe. I want that. And no, this is not gambling. You get something every time, and you can change the look whenever you want. If you get a look, like a new look, like that one where it showed that it was like new in some way. That's part of the set. Right there. That's part of the set. So I'm gonna equip that. Whoops. Look at this then. Oh, yeah, but I think you would get my point, though. There's like, if you could practice, the game would be a lot more fun. And because if you didn't like playing against real people, then you didn't have to. Now, I'm glad I just have this stuff, because you can change the looks of gear. So I just wanted at least some part of it, and I got that. Now here's the thing, before anybody just says, well, there's no practice mode because that would make it too easy or something like that. Shut your mouth. Okay? You have to spend hours playing this game just to get at all good at it. And what do you usually get to show for it? I don't think I've ever seen anything really good come out of constantly playing the game for hours, because you usually get no results. That's all I can say, is that's what you usually get, is 0 results. It's just like, oh, you played the game for 50 hours. Well, you're not any better at the game, so there you go. That's all I'm gonna say. I have no more comment. You get what I'm saying there? Is you're basically just getting gypped for your money. It's just like, oh, you wanted this skin. Because you see people doing well at the game, and you think, oh, yeah, I can totally play this game. I'm gonna be amazing. I'm gonna win my first match. No, and you can't practice any game of the thing, and that's what I think they should do, is make it so you can practice. You get a practice mode, you get a better game. A lot of people I know would probably disagree, saying, oh no, it's easy to level up, it's easy to get better at the game. It really is not. Now, sure, it might be easy to learn how to build, and I know it might be easy to learn this other stuff, but little things that the game doesn't tell you to do, like, oh, if you do this thing, the game will be just that much easier for you. When does the game ever tell you this stuff? Last time I recall, it was never. The game never says, hey, if you do this, you'll be better at it. I know there are tips, but I don't think you get enough of time to read them, or you don't pay any attention to them. Like, build walls in front of ramps. Who's gonna know that? You get what I'm saying? Plus, here's another thing they should add. Make it so you can earn V-Bucks through normal means. I mean, you don't even get a reward for winning a match. And no, I'm not saying if you win like 50v50, you should get free V-Bucks for it. No, I'm saying like if you win a solo, duo, or squad match, you should earn V-Bucks. And I'm not saying only if you win the match. That's like enough to get you a legendary skin or a gold skin, because you could get legendary mixed up with a lot of different tiers. For getting second place, it's like it just goes lower. Like if you're in the top 3, like if you're a winner, or how about this? Top 3, get a legendary skin or a gold skin. Top 5, like if you're 4 or 5, then you get like a purple skin or something purple. Well, 6 to 10, something blue. Everything below that, green. And I'm not talking like, oh, do you mean like dab emote type blue? No, I'm talking skin glider, all that stuff. Like basically the most expensive type of blue, purple, gold, green there is in the shop. That would make more sense. And plus, you could just constantly lose a match and get yourself enough V-Bucks But seriously, if you already are getting money because people are stupid enough to actually go and get a physical copy of the game, what's the point of having microtransactions? I just pulled that up, and that was the joke. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. I just pulled it up and realized that it said, what's the point? But honestly, they need to make it so V-Bucks are a thing that you can just buy. Or that you shouldn't have to buy. I mean, a lot of people would say, like, oh, well, you could earn them at one point. Well, I don't think they'll ever bring that game mode back unless they make the game itself of a buy-it-only game, not, oh, well, you don't need to buy it anymore. Well, you don't buy it, like, oh, you can't buy it, like it's only free, but there's a lot of microtransactions in it. Like, I know a lot of Fortnite players that would probably watch these videos and know I hate Fortnite would probably be yelling at me saying, well, in For Honor, this game, and that game, you can't get gear, or you can't get like an outfit without paying money. To that I say, shut your mouth, 'cause you're lying. And how can I prove this? Well, I'll tell you the reason, my friend. The reason is because you can earn steel. There's plenty of ways to do so. There's plenty of chances to do so. I mean, honestly, I would prefer there to be more steel that you can get, or like you get more steel for completing matches because you get it mostly from orders, and the ones that give you actual good amounts. Now these ones you might think, oh, you get 500, 300 for your daily ones, but for 100, 150, 200, okay. But combine all that together. Alright, so there's 6 orders here. And let me just tell you something they need to do with this game is make it so you can filter out orders, and when you complete orders, you get new ones automatically. Like, not, oh, you completed this one order, you get a new one. Like, you complete a whole set of them, or you no longer have the full set of them, like, active, or or have them possibly active, then you should automatically get new ones. Now, not the daily ones. Those ones you should still get daily, but contract orders, every time you do them, you get, like, you do a set, you get new ones, and there's a deadline for every set, and that's the average 2 days, not the reset is every 2 days. Or make it so you can just filter them out, so that way if you get ones that, like, yeah, you do like you do have a main in every faction, and you have a main in every class of characters, so basically you have a main in your Vanguard, Hybrid, Assassin, and Heavy. If you have a main in all of those, and you have one main in every faction, more than likely you would. Then, if you get an order related to it, then yeah, that might be something, but grinding characters that way is not useful. And another thing, make every one of these game modes give you the same amount of XP. A lot of people would say, oh, well, why should you do that? That seems like it's really not that useful. Alright, think about this in your head. Dominion, which is basically a point capture mode, gets you the most XP. Elimination is the second most popular, but it doesn't get you nearly as much XP. And then Tribute is the least popular, and it makes sense that that doesn't give you that much XP. Like, hold on. If I go to this event one, nobody's playing it. Duels and Brawls, why it's medium activity? I'll tell you why. Those don't give you squat for XP. Tribute, low activity, nobody liked it. Dominion, very high activity, I wonder why. Deathmatch, medium activity. On both ends, by the way. It could just be another bug that they had, because before, all of these ones had the same amount of activity, so Dominion having always high activity, you'd see that across the board. Like, you'd only see the very high activity thing light up. And basically what the bug was is anything within that group of 4v4, ranked, or duels and brawls would have the same amount of activity. And I think that the glitch now, if this is a glitch, is PvAI and PvP. Like, no. The only reason I play the AI modes is to complete orders, because it's easier. So, like, if it says, get this many takedowns in an elimination match, then I don't need to go up against a player that's obviously better than me. Yeah. Okay, this went from Fortnite things to For Honor things, but here's just another thing they should do. Take your highest rep hero and make it so that's the one that it counts as your total rep. Now, no, not show up as your total rep, but make it so that's what it compares it to. So it's like, oh, you have a rep 3. I'll pair you with everybody that's close enough to rep 3. Not, oh, you have 12 reps. I'll pair you with everybody that's near rep 12. Because somebody could have 9 or more of their reps in one character, but have, like, none in any other. They could have, like, 100... Well, like, let's say you see somebody that's rep 50. Guess what? Wanna know something? That person that is rep 50, I can guarantee you, if they only are rep 50, and their character has some maxed out freaking gear, I'm gonna tell you right now, that person only played that character. Which, honestly, is probably why a lot of people left, is if they only liked one character, they left the game, because it got boring after a while, because you only played one character. I mean, you can't do that. That's not a good idea. But still, though, that's what I'm talking about, is, like, rep being the issue. Alright, so look at all my rep. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That equals 12. That's pretty decent. But the thing is it pairs me with people that are like in 20s and 30s for rep, which obviously ain't too good for me, because those people usually have gear stats way higher than what I even have on this guy. That gold means that I like maximized the level for these weapons, so 18, 18, and 18. Still though, don't even think about like alright, so for this one, visual unlocked at rare, fee is to apply on heroic gear. Common, so you get like bonus fee if it's not like the same type of gear, but think about this, you get like a highest tier of gear, but before you even say anything, Sagabath. Now before I even show you the rest of the set, let me just tell you one thing, it is pretty cool. Oh. Let me just, I think the accent's already been in the video, but still, I want this whole set. I am 1 out of 3. Main reason is because, I mean, imagine you just get like, hold on, imagine I get that, and then, like, I get this thing, with that, you know that's death. Because the Nidhogg is what you blamed for for murder, because murder in Viking culture was probably the most punishable crime, because it's like betraying people, so because it's like betraying your people, so it's basically just the most punishable crime. Like, you get the worst punishment possible for that crime. That's all. That's like why the Nidhogg was a thing. It's just like it gnaws on the roots of the tree of life, basically. So you'd blame that for unexplained murders because you think that nobody would go through with doing that stuff. Maybe between other clans, but definitely not in their own clan. So yeah, that's why they do that. But still, though, like, there's a lot of things I think they should do with this game, and like, one thing is, a lot of people probably have talked about this, but the fact that your overall reputation level is what it counts. Because if you look at my thing, it's rep 1 for 3 of these guys is on this side, rep 2 for one of them on that side, 4 rep 1s, 1 rep 3. It's mainly because most of the Viking heroes I don't like. I know I have Viking Faction. They are my favorite. But I don't want to put all the time and effort into getting them to rep 1. Like, if I slowly make it there, then you got yourself a deal. Because, like, I played Aramu a lot at one point, so close to getting to rep 1, I was like, why not? Same with, like, a lot of these characters. I just played them enough to the point where they got close to it. I know, these two are very close, but I don't really feel like repping them right now. When I get my Vanguard, then I'm moving on to other characters to get to, like, a rep 3. This is obviously going to be one of them. Honestly, though, like, the reason I think it should be your highest rep character is that way it'll only pair you against people that it sees with a similar rep, so it won't be like, I keep thinking I can just go to YouTube and stuff, but like, people won't think it's just like, oh, your highest rep character, eh? Well, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, if it's like a rep 9 is your highest rep character, it'll only pair you with people within that range. Alright guys, see you next video. Bye. Just wanted to rant after that.